Hey guys, welcome back to Chats with your Self Worth BFF. It's your host, Mikaela Filar. Today, we have a few different things that we're going to talk about. Mostly, I want to talk about neutrality. I want to talk about stepping into a higher version of yourself. And before we get into that, I want to remind you that today, Tuesday, 12/12, which is a great manifestation portal, but we're not talking about that right now. Look it up. But we are going to be talking about on tonight at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. I am hosting round 2 of the Glow Up, which is my 3-day workshop all about self-worth. We're going to reframe your self-worth on day 1. We're going to get into the science behind our brain, our mind, how it works on day 2. And then on day 3, we're going to be talking all about reflections, why they happen for us. And it's just going to be a great time. I'm going to give you guys all time at the end of day 3 to ask me whatever questions that you might have. Maybe even give some time to answer some questions intuitively if you have anything that's been holding you back or been bothering you. Like I said, this class is 100% free. These classes, there's 3 days of them. Classes go anywhere from like 45 to an hour minutes long, 45 minutes to an hour long. So they will be held on Zoom. I will post the link to get on the list and to get the Zoom link in the show notes below. So do not miss out. It's going to be fun. At the end of it, if you show up to the live for 3 days, so all consecutive days, you're there live with us in the Zoom chat, I will give you a free spot for The Awakening, which is my signature program. And it is a 4-week long program. And this is literally jam-packed with everything that has changed my life and transformed me into the woman that I am today. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, click the link in the show notes below, check it out, and I hope to see you inside this chat. All right, moving forward. Today, we're going to be talking about neutrality because I noticed in my last class, in my last podcast, I noticed that I was saying to I was like expressing what I felt like when I manifested my boyfriend. And I kept on saying, like, I just felt like everything was meant to be. Like, I felt like, of course this is happening, right? And I didn't really explain that feeling that I had of like, of course this is happening for me was neutrality. It was the fact that like I became so neutral about the situation that I it like what came to no surprise that it was happening for me, that it is happening for me still, right? So as opposed to like getting all elated and putting everything on a pedestal, I took it off the pedestal. I made the T chart. I got super like neutral about the situation because it was just like what I knew was going to happen for me. And it was only a matter of time. And so, yes, of course, healthily excited and also not like overlated or not like super sad when like I didn't have it or it wasn't happening for me, right? But the reason that it happened so fast was because I was neutral about it and I decided to detach from the situation. I did not attach my worth, my value, or anything to getting the dream man, right? To being in the relationship, right? So I want to talk about neutrality and how you get there. I am only period, like I am only available for neutrality. Like I nothing in the universe is good or bad. Everything it's just how you perceive it personally. And I've talked about that before in the podcast, but everything is neutral. Like it's a universal law that everything has to be in balance. So the sooner you realize that, the better. Because you know how like when things are going really, really, really well in your life and you're like, you say to yourself or somebody else might say to you, oh, it comes in waves. Like, you might be on a really high and then all of a sudden you're at a low, but it can't because it can't stay up here and they're right. You're right. Like it can't stay up here. So it will dip and you will have a low. And how you get that to not be so drastic is to have everything be neutral about everything. So as opposed to having these high highs and these low lows, learn how to, whatever it is that you're desiring, neutralize it, detach from the outcome, and then you'll have more of a steady experience as far as life goes. And that ties into, gratitude and being grateful for everything that you have currently in this moment, as opposed to being like, oh, when I get this, I'll feel that. When I get this, I'll feel that. If you are saying that to yourself, when you do get this or that, it will not be enough. It will not be enough. You're still going to be seeking those feelings, because what we have to realize is that we have all of the things that we need within ourselves, period. We just have to find the little micro moments where we feel the feelings that having those things, these external things, would give us. So the way that we do that is become more self-aware. Clock the feelings that we feel in our life every day, little micro moments, and they add up and they add up and they add up. So this feeling of being neutral about something, what I mean by like get neutral about it, is I literally want you to talk yourself out of feeling like you need it, right? Because when you're in a needy energy, you are literally like, it's going to run the opposite direction from you. Okay. So that is the opposite of magnetism, neediness. If you think of a dog and you're chasing after a dog in the street, it's not your dog. 'Cause if I chased after my dog, he would just try and bite my ankles. But, but if you were to go chase a random dog in the street, what's the dog going to do? It's going to run away. Right. So if you were to stop and get neutral and maybe just like sit down and have a snack, that dog's probably going to come right up to you. And if you're high vibration, high, like a good human, and that dog's going to feel it. Animals are super intuitive. So they're going to feel it. They're going to feel comfortable coming over to you, sniffing your feet, and maybe eventually letting you pet them. Eventually. But the thing is that we have to become neutral about whatever it is that we're desiring. If we're desiring for the dog to come and let us pet it, then we have to get super neutral and okay with it not happening. So when I say get neutral about a situation, literally detach your need from having the thing. Detach the need of getting what you want. That way, you literally are like, I'm so grateful and I'm so okay with like where everything is and how everything is in my life currently, that like I don't need anything else. Like I have everything that I need. When you know that to be true, because it is, you know that like, yes, getting everything that you want, everything that you desire, like those are all just bonuses. So the trick to life, the trick to creating more abundance, is literally just detaching from the situation and making it neutral, and realizing that you are good with everything that you have currently in your life and everything else is just a bonus. Like you don't need anything else in order to like have life be the way that you want it to be. I hope this has resonated with you. If this is, I have a masterclass coming out on detachment. I'm going to be hosting it on the 28th. It's at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I will post the link to claim your spot in the show notes below for that as well. But that is going to be all about detachment. So if this is interesting you, if this is resonating with you, if you are ready to detach and attract everything that you're desiring in this world, check out that link below and grab the Detachment Masterclass coming out on the 28th at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, moving forward. Everything like another like the next portion of this, right? The next portion of this that I want to get into is stepping into the version of you that already has everything that you are desiring. That's another way that we can learn how to get neutral about a situation. It's like because you're already stepping into, you already have everything that you have because that higher version of you, that version of you that you've created in your mind that you're stepping into already has everything that he or she needs, right? Because they just do, because they always get what they want because their energy is so lucky and everything that they desire desires them more, right? So stepping into that energy of already having that thing. So get really clear on that. Like, how would having that thing, like, sit down and journal about it. How would having that thing make you feel inside? How would it make you feel? Let's give an example. So if you are desiring, let's just go for money. Let's say money, because everyone desires to have more money, right? So if you are desiring more money and you are ready to call in more abundance, more money, focus on where you already have abundance in your life. Focus on the money you're already calling in, the money you're already making. Because right now, like, you're focused so much on the money you don't make. And what is that going to do for you? It's just going to create more lack, because if you focus on lack, you're going to get more lack. But if you focus on abundance and all the things that you do have, you're going to get more abundance and you're going to get more of what you already have, which in return is going to create more for you, right? Which is what we want. So it's all about the way we perceive it, the way we think about it, the words that we say. Our words are so, so, so important. Our thoughts are so, so, so important. So what would the 2.0, let's say, version of you, or the superhuman version of you, superhero version of you, who has the money, who has the wealth, what would they wear? How would they act? What would they spend their money on? What would they invest? How would they treat energy? Or how would they treat energy? I like that I just said that because money is energy, but I meant to say money. How would they treat money, right? So how would they walk in a room? What do they talk to people about? Who do they surround themselves with? Right? So act as if you are already that person who has all the money that you're desiring. And there's so much more that goes into this as far as creating more wealth goes. And I will definitely talk about how to generate more wealth in my future. But for now, we're talking about neutrality and getting everything that you want. So if you are desiring something right now, if there's something that you are like, I really, 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 really want X, think about this. Do you want X, or do you want how it makes you feel? Do you want whatever it is, or do you want how it makes you feel? Because getting that thing isn't going to make you feel the way you think it will. But I want you to think about at least 3 ways, or, 1 to 3 ways of how having this thing, how you think having this thing is going to make you feel. Write that down. And then start to clock the micro moments of how in your life currently you already feel that thing. You already feel the ways that having that thing would make you feel. All right. Then I want you to get super fucking neutral about the situation, meaning you do not care if you get it or if you do not get it. You do not care. You simply understand that everything that you have in your life, like, you're good. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have it or if you don't have it anymore. You're waking up tomorrow, you're breathing, you're going, to the gym, you're going to work, you're doing all the things, like, you're good. You're healthy, you've got a roof over your head, you've got a mattress to lie your head on every night, like, you're good, right? Detach from the situation, become neutral about the situation, and then watch the magic happen. Create that character, step into the energy of being a higher, more elevated version of yourself who already has the thing that you are wanting. These are this is literally a magical formula right here. And I'm going to get so much more deep into it on the 28th for my Detachment Masterclass. That is, like I said, on the 28th, and it is at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. live on Zoom. Do not miss it. I will put the link in the show notes below. All right. With all that being said, that's all I'm going to give it on the 28th for my Detachment Masterclass. That is, like I said, on the 28th, and it is at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Zoom. Do not miss it. I will put the link in the show notes below. For today's podcast episode, if you liked it, make sure you're giving it a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and leave a rating and review, please. It means a lot. It means that I can get my podcast into the hands of other people who need to hear what I'm saying, what I'm sharing. I hope this helped. Thank you again so much for being here, for listening, for being a follower. I love you. I appreciate you. Wishing you lots of love and abundance this holiday season. And I will be back next Tuesday for another episode of Chats with Your Self-Worth BFF. Chat soon.